What up, guys? Monday morning, rise and shine. Hanging out in the gym. We got a lot of stuff done this week. Flooring's down, mirrors up, walls painted. A lot of cool progress going on. But we're not done yet. We've got about 2 weeks left. We'll be in here on the 30th, which we're pumped about. But I want to talk to you for a second. About something for a second, because our mindset is so important. Our mindset is so important, and you know this in this journey thus far, that you're going to make it or break it based on what you're thinking about. And there's something that I want to share with you, because I just finished reading a book for the third time about the power of positive change and effective behavioral change. And there is literally a science behind how to make a change. And I think that sometimes we miss it. I know that sometimes we have, especially as a team in our approach, sometimes we miss this science. Because it's very easy for us to get create the future and realize, you'll be 60 pounds down, and allow that to push you, allow that to motivate you. It's very, very easy for us to think like that, at least that's how we operate a lot of times, especially myself and our trainers. It's like that's how our team thinks a lot of times is, let's push it together, let's make sure that we're thinking about the future. Here we go, 90 pounds, 100 pounds. Imagine what it'll be like when you get to 100 pounds and allow that to drive you and push you. And while that's good, while that's very good, I've learned now, and we're learning as a team, that there is a better approach to take. There's a better approach to take because you are human. We are all human. We're all human. If I'm going to make an effective, lasting change in my life, there's a strategy I have to take with that. And one thing is important that I learned, especially from this book, is that there is a difference. There's a difference. We have to redefine these terms. There's a difference between a dream, a goal, and steps. A lot of times we don't go that far. We just go to the goal. What's your goal? 60 pounds. I want to lose 60 pounds. It'll be great when I get there. That's great. 60 pounds is the dream, though, and here's how we can define it. If you're going to make effective, lasting change, the people in this book, these leading experts in behavioral change, they've been hired by the U.S. government, they've been hired by Facebook and Intel and all these big companies to understand behavioral change, and they've really created these awesome strategies that show us when are people more likely or less likely to make a change based on certain, characteristics of whatever program they're following. People are 300% more likely to create behavioral change when they follow this strategy. That instead of focusing on just the goal, 60 pounds down in the future, instead of doing that, if they realize that a goal or a dream is something that is 6 to 10 months away, I want to increase my income by this much per month, 6 to 10 months away, or I want to lose 50 pounds or 40 pounds or 30 pounds or 100 pounds or whatever it is for you. Keep in mind, sometimes smaller people lose less fat or less weight than if you have 100 pounds to lose. If you've got 100 pounds to lose, you might be doing that in 10 months, but if you only could lose 20 pounds, you might still need to do that in the next 8 to 10 months. But regardless, the dream is something that is 8 to 10 months away. A goal was something that can be accomplished in the next 2 to 4 weeks. You see what I'm saying? 2 to 4 weeks, it's shorter. And then a step is something you could do the day or the next couple days. And the reason this is important that we understand this is because your body is a chemical machine that responds to stimulus, and you do not make your own decisions. And that's the best way I can say it. You are a product of certain chemicals in your body cause you to do certain things or not. That's exactly what happens. And so if we can learn how to manipulate those chemicals, then we can break things of certain behavior patterns. Good example is the fact that if you look at the chemical in the brain, dopamine. Dopamine is the feel-good chemical that happens when I do something that gets me closer to my goal. It's not like serotonin. It's not like endorphins. Dopamine is the only chemical in the body that actually tells me, good job, son. So I'm hungry and I see an apple tree. Every step I take towards that apple tree, I get a little tiny hit of dopamine that rewards that action so I can finish it out and get to my goal. Once I get hold of that apple and take it, have a huge surge of dopamine, it reminds me that food is so good, I love that, and it gives me, the pleasure of experiencing being fed. And then next time I want to get food, I understand too, I got to follow that dopamine pattern and see the food and continue through the process. Why is this important to what we're trying to do? It's because you are 300% more likely to actually get to the dream, actually get to 60 pounds. If instead of focusing on the 60 pounds, and again, this is counterintuitive for me, but instead of focusing on the 60 pounds, you focus on a smaller goal, like 1 month from now. My goal is 60 pounds, but my monthly goal this month is 8 pounds. And then break that down even further to a weekly goal. What would I need to do this week in order to actually create the changes that I'll need to get to my monthly goal that would eventually sustain the change for my ultimate dream? Find a lot of times this is something very, very simple. I've done this for a while. Take the grand scheme of things and reverse engineer it. Break it down. If you want to have this many people you get to work for, if you want to affect this many lives, what does that look like on a monthly or a yearly basis, then a monthly basis, then a weekly basis? What do you need to have that? What's the small steps to get there? But here's the great part about it is you actually will receive more dopamine in the process. A cool study was done where they took two groups of participants, and one group was given the expectation. Realize this, the expectations, listen to me, is a huge part of whether or not you're going to make the change. The expectation they were going to get a small or medium reward of $20 to $50. The second group was told they were going to be given a big reward of $100 or more, in excess of $100. Everyone in the first group received $20 to $50. And they all got a dopamine hit in their brain. They all got rewarded mentally because they got what they wanted, right? Most of them received $20. Everyone in the second group got $50. $50. And none of them received the same dopamine hit that the other people did. Why? Why did they? Because the first group expected 20 to 50 pounds, and when they got that, they felt really good. The second group, they expected so much more, and when they got even more than the first group did, they beat almost everybody in the first group. They got more money than almost everybody in the first group. They still weren't happy, weren't satisfied. You probably know someone like this. If not, it's you. Where you go, oh, I'm getting towards my goal, but I'm not where I want to be, so I'm mad, I'm frustrated, I can't feel good about it. That's not good. That's not how you get there. That's not how you get there. So how does this apply to what we're doing? Is the fact that when you actually have a goal, and they give a good example in the book too about gym memberships. Like if you have a goal of like getting 1,000 people to join your gym. If you had 1,000 people to join your gym, you could either say, in the next year I want to get 1,000 memberships and just focus through your birthday and through Christmas, through Thanksgiving, all year long about achieving that goal. Or you could set a weekly goal of 20 memberships. And the cool part is, if you did that every single week when you got to that 20-person goal, you would receive a hit of dopamine, which would make you feel really good, really excited about the process. And given this science, you'd be 300% more likely to actually follow through each week to week to week to week, because you're getting a hit of dopamine every single week. You feel just as good each week as if you achieve the ultimate goal, just as good each week because you know it's an effective step in the right direction. That would allow you to actually do that. You'd be 300% more likely to actually finish that thing out. So, the big takeaway. What's your dream? 6 to 10 months from now, what's the dream? Now break that down. What's the goal that you could do this month? And then break that even further. What's the thing you do this week, today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that actually get you to that goal, that can get you to the dream? That is how you stay motivated, because then you create this route of dopamine, response, pleasure, I feel good, progress. Dopamine, response, pleasure, I feel good, progress. And then you go 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, 20 weeks, 24, and so on and so forth. And you go, wow, look at that. I made a change in my life. Very, very cool stuff. Again, we're always learning, always expanding. I hope this helps. Use it. Shoot me a text. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know how you're changing your focus with your goals and dreams and how it's affected you, because I really hope it has. It's helped me a lot. So, talk to you soon. Have a great week.